guys, so I honestly don't know where to start right now. I wasn't really gonna make a video today. I was actually planning on doing a news show today, but that didn't work out. I just got super busy yesterday, didn't have time to film it really. But I woke up this morning and a bunch of messages on Facebook and everything, and I didn't pay too much attention to them. Had to get up, get ready for work. I work like everybody else. I got a day job. But when I got to work, I had a few minutes, so I enjoyed my coffee and I started reading some of this stuff. And there was a post in particular that I was tagged in on Google Plus and on Facebook. I didn't really, you know, in all fairness, I mean, I read the post, but I didn't read what it was necessarily in response to until I got home today. And then I went to read what it was in response to, and it was in response to a Tumblr post that Brian Barczyk wrote about being bashed on one of the forums. And the post that I was tagged in was by Melisa Walker, and you know what, just I'm gonna put it all down here. It's all down here in the description. Both posts I'll put down there, so you can go read them. And I'm gonna kill this fly. Anyway, so I really felt like coming on and talking about it a little bit, and maybe even adding to it a little bit if I could from my own personal experience. Now, well, let's start at the beginning with Brian. It's kind of hard to explain. It's hard for, I think it would be hard for the average Joe to explain, you know, somebody that does YouTube pieces or any sort of content for the internet. I'm sure you can understand, but I encourage you to either look in the description or something, read the post for you to understand. Now I do have to say, as far as Brian goes, I mean, I know some people love him, some people hate him. I mean, some people love me, some people hate me. I think more people hate me though. But I do have to say that Brian, in the past, has been nothing but just a top-notch guy for me. I mean, in the early years, well, a couple of years ago, of DRN, I mean, you look at like the quality of the content now that I produce versus 2 years ago, and oh my God, it's embarrassing. And even back then, he believed in me so much to encourage me to continue doing it and to grow on, build on what I was doing here. I can honestly say, if not for Brian Barczyk, I would not be here doing this right now. And Brian, I thank you very, very much for that. Okay, so let's, you know, there was a lot of kind of community bitching feel about this whole thing, so let's get into that aspect really quick. I don't want to run on too long for you guys. So anyway, I wrote a post not too long ago. I've seen it around the internet. A lot of the bigger names, whether it be in writing or YouTube or radio or whatever, on internet radio, I've talked about it a lot lately, and that's the community feel around the reptile community and how it basically doesn't. I mean, I think we call it the reptile community, but as far as a community goes, that's as far as it goes right there. It's just a name. There's absolutely zero aspect to community. Now, let me tell you a little something that I have learned, mainly in the content creation, the internet content creation, and I think it works this way throughout the entire world. You see, at least on YouTube, and some of you again may already know this information, but I think it'd be surprising how many people don't, especially because I didn't for a long time when I first started doing YouTube videos. We work on the 10% rule, basically. That means that 10% of everybody that watches us or subscribes to us, or basically 10% of the community, the following, sees what you do. And you've got the 90% rule that just don't care, that just completely stay out of it. They don't even watch it, they don't listen to it, they say they follow you, they say they support you, but they could really care less. Now, I personally think where our hobby is today, that's a real sad number. I mean, look at a baby drowning in a river. If 1 in every 10 people wanted to stop and help that baby, 9 people be getting their asses beat. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you expect every single person to stop and do something and take part in something. And you look at where we're at, and you know, our hobby is, I mean, it's our baby. for a lot of us, I mean, we live it, breathe it, eat it, shit it. I know it's disgusting, but some people do. It's just everything to us, and we're losing it. And so we would expect people like myself and Brian, who is on a much, much higher level than me, both in popularity, the work he's put in, the money, the time he's put in. I would even venture to say his care for everything is way, way higher than mine. Other people, the numerous internet radio shows, you got John F. Taylor does all this writing and everything. You know, you look at how much time goes into it, and then you look at somebody that bashes on a public forum or whatever it may be, and it really cuts down to your soul. I would absolutely love, I mean, we all have our haters, and I would absolutely love to see those haters try to do better than what we're doing. It's not going to happen. I mean, maybe they'll try and do one or two things, but once they realize that after you put your 40-hour work week in just to feed family and pay your bills, that you put another 60-hour work week in on free shit like this for everybody. So yeah, they normally don't last. They come and go, but they don't last. But the moral of the story, I guess, Brian, like I said at the beginning, thank you. If not for you, I would not be here talking to this ridiculously expensive camera, and I would probably be a lot happier. I would probably have a lot more money. I would probably be smiling a lot more. So thank you very much for that, Brian. And I'm sure the 2 or 3 people around the world that watch what I do, thank you as well. And something Melissa mentioned actually today about being disconnected, and it just, oh my God, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It really did. The disconnected feeling. And I mean, I felt that way months now. And what Brian was saying about just throwing everything, I mean, it's amazing that the way I've been feeling for months now, it's just starting to come around about how many other people actually feel the same way. And it's one of those things where, like, I thought I was alone. I thought everybody, yeah, they're not happy, but they're content or whatever. I am amazed at how many people that actually do great things for this hobby and you know, the industry that are feeling the exact same way right now. It's just amazing. So that's, I guess, about it. You know, I mean, I just feel really strongly that, you know, reptile keepers, I don't, whether you breed and sell, you just keep, you like field collecting or just photographing, whether you entertain millions of people on network TV or whether you just keep a corn snake in your parents' living room or something, we need to come together. We need to all come together. We come from all different walks of life, but we need to set all our differences aside and realize that we all do have one thing in common, and we all are fighting for that one thing we have in common. And as long as we stay at odds about stupid little petty shit, it just, we are never going to accomplish anything. You know, we might win the fight, but we're going to lose the war eventually. And yeah, so that's about it. I've got a couple days of nothing to do, so I'm going to go find something to do. I hope you guys are great. Melissa, Brian, both of you are who got me involved in this conversation, so thank you.